All right, Sean, thank you. How bizarre, how bizarre. That was not smooth. A pleasant pre-election eve to you and our crew in Seattle and everybody around America. Seahawks trying to get flying towards what they hope will be a return to the Super Bowl. The Bills, of course, trying to circle the wagons. Most of the election results from Week 9 in the NFL in. The Dallas Cowboys continue to grab more votes from the Electoral College. Thanks in part, did I say electrical? Electoral, duh. Thanks in part to a couple of guys who haven't long been out of college. 7-1. Winners of now 7 straight. Only woken up when? Brown center Cam Irving. Cowboys defensive end David Irving have a scuffle. Tossed. They would never toss this Irving. Julius Irving. Dr. J. Can't see that enough. Meanwhile, the Raiders. They're 7-2. Ran for over 200 yards against Super Bowl champion Denver. Khalil Mack. Couple of sacks. One-man wrecking crew. The Raiders fired up. First place. AFC West. 23 seconds to go. Minnesota ahead of Detroit. But Matthew Stafford pulls rabbits out of hats. Matt Prater, 58-yard field goal. Detroit has tied it. Overtime for Jim Caldwell. Stafford, Golden Tate. What? What? And then, what? What a win for the Lions, 22-16 in overtime. 4 touchdown passes. Eli Manning, 4 was the number. Because on 4th and 2, Eagles Carson Wentz couldn't pick it up. On 4th and 1, Eagles Darren Sproles couldn't pick it up. 4th down, couldn't kick a field goal. JPP with the block. Giants beat the Eagles. Big Ben had trouble with Baltimore's big guys. Timmy Jernigan with the pick. Buck Allen blocks a punt. Ravens special teams. Chris Moore scoops it. Scores versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh special teams, not so much. On the sidelines, Big Ben can't believe it, and look at the officials. Ravens win 21-14. Dan Fouts, all the Charger greats back. Everybody back in San Diego looking at them. Look so good in the powder blues. Brandon Flowers, one of 2 defensive scores against Tennessee. Melvin Gordon, one of the best games from scrimmage in Charger history. 261 in yards. The Chargers win 45-35. And the San Diegos tomorrow will have a chance to vote on a funding measure for a new stadium that would keep the Chargers in San Diego. Do you really want to open the door to potentially losing your football team? Well, think twice about it. And across America, think twice about all the issues, all the candidates, then go out and vote. It's our privilege, it's our honor, and actually, it's our duty to do so. When we return, midterm elections for the NFL MVP race, so to speak, the First Take Gang takes their own vote when we return in 60 seconds.
This halftime is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Monday Night Football fans, welcome into First Take on the road from Joint Base, South Carolina. We are having so much fun today as we honor America's heroes. And it's hard to believe, gentlemen, Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, I'm Molly Karam. It's hard to believe that we are halfway through the NFL season. So the MVP talk, of course, is ramping up. Max, I want to start with you. Who is your MVP choice right now?
Easy call right now, Matt Ryan. He's first in TD passes, first in passing yards, third in QBR. Only Brady, who per game is the best right now, but he's missed half the season so far, and even so will miss at least a quarter of the season. And Dak is second, not asked to do nearly as much as Matt Ryan, who's on pace for 5,300 yards, 41 touchdowns against only 7 picks. And by the way, they're 6-3 at the moment, leading the division by 2 games. Matt Ryan.
He loses. Max Kellerman loses all credibility with his argument because he conceded that Brady might have been better, even though he's pointed to the 25% of the missed games. Tom Brady obviously is elite. Tom Brady deserves. I don't give a damn about the 4 missed games. The other thing that I will say is this. If I had to take Tom Brady out of the equation, I'm going to look at a guy like Derek Carr, who's already passed for 2,500 yards, who's got 17 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions, who's got who looks really, really good and has been very impressive, and they've got a better record than the Atlanta Falcons right now, and they're in first place in the AFC West. I would give him the edge over Matt Ryan.
Can't miss 25% of the games being MVP.
Yes, you can.
Come on.
All right, gentlemen, we'll leave it there. First Take, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Thank you to all the servicemen all around the world today and always. Enjoy the game.
Great job at the base. When we return, we'll be joined by Shefty with the latest news from around the league, including Panthers' reaction to another physical game. Cam Newton.
This halftime is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome to Sports Nation. I'm Michelle Beadle. Our must-see moment for the week, Golden Tate's game-winning touchdown. Why not? To be part of Pulse of the Nation, go to ESPN.com and search Sports Nation. Vote. See you next week.
Tomorrow night, starting at 7 Eastern, watch the election results coming live on ABC. The best powerhouse political team in the business, including ESPN's own Nate Silver. Tomorrow night, watch your vote count live on ABC. Much higher scoring first half than anybody anticipated. Adam Schefter with us. 28-17 the Seahawks at halftime. So Cam Newton, Panthers, yesterday in Los Angeles. We know there's a conversation that's been had with the commissioner. What are the Panthers saying about some rough hits?
Well, 1 week after he complained about not getting treated fairly in the pocket, the Rams came in, and on one particular play, Rams safety Mark Barron caught Cam Newton with a forearm to his body. The Panthers say they're going to send in this play to be reviewed by the NFL. Keep in mind that since 2014, Cam Newton has not had any roughing the passer penalties enforced against opposing defenses. In other news and notes, boom, Ryan Fitzpatrick has a sprained MCL. If he can't start Sunday, Bryce Petty will. Alex Smith back under center for the Chiefs this Sunday at Carolina. And the Falcons general manager Thomas Dimitroff signs a 3-year extension that now runs concurrent with Dan Quinn's deal through 2019. And case closed in Los Angeles. Case Keenum starts on Sunday against the New York Jets, not Jared Goff.
Could be Keenum and Petty in that game.
Could be. But no golf.
And no golf either. Thanks for joining us at halftime, Shefty. Always a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed our NFL visiting legend, the all-time sack leader, Bruce Smith. That was fun. Part of our Monday Night Countdown pregame show next week. Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon currently does color on Seahawks Radio Network. See Buffalo and Seattle. We're neutral. We got you covered. These have been Circus Catchers by Jimmy Graham. Pair from Russell Wilson. Seahawks 28, Bills 17. Enjoy the second half, everybody.
Welcome back to Seattle Century Link Field. Wild first half. The Seattle Seahawks leading the Buffalo Bills 28-17. Sean McDonough and John Gruden. We talked at the top of the telecast about these talented dual threat quarterbacks. 6 seconds into the second quarter, both Tyrod Taylor and Russell Wilson had run for a touchdown and thrown for a touchdown. That's the earliest in a game in NFL history that has happened, where both quarterbacks had accomplished that. Both were really impressive.
And they manage a lot of different kind of formations and plays, but this is the best I've ever seen Russell Wilson play in the pocket. He's still not running, but he got it all done in the pocket. Some of the throws, they really were great moments.
Time for tonight's Kay Jewelers Brilliant Moments. A lot to choose from in that first half, but none brighter than Jimmy Graham.
No, none brighter than that. I mean, these are great catches, brilliant moments. They're going to fake a quick screen down here to Tyler Lockett and throw a seam ball, and you can't throw the ball any better, and Jimmy Graham pulls it down with one hand, and there's nothing Robert Blanton can do about it. And then it's just a seam route. Graham running right down the middle against number 21 nickel Roby Coleman, and the undersized Coleman has no chance. There's nothing you can do. Jimmy Graham's wingspan, concentration, and ability to make those circus catches have Seattle up 11.
6 catches, 2 of them for touchdowns, 94 yards for Jimmy Graham. Still some big concerns for Pete Carroll. They can't run the football out of their own shadows. But they defeat a game Buffalo team tonight to open up a 2-game lead over Arizona in the NFC West. And Buffalo falls to 4-5. Bobby Wagner 16 tackles in victory for the Seahawks. Buffalo ran 82 plays to 42 for Seattle. Tyrod Taylor 27 for 38 for 289 yards, a touchdown and an interception. He ran for 43 yards. Stay tuned for the GMC postgame on SportsCenter coming up next. Final score is the Seahawks 31 and the Buffalo Bills 25. We'll be back in a matter of seconds to reveal this week's choice for the Gruden Grinder. Thanks for watching Monday Night Football from Seattle. More in just a moment.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Seattle Seahawks have won 11 in a row on Monday Night Football. Second longest winning streak in the history of Monday Night Football, but it took everything they had to hang on, survive a fourth down play. Buffalo throwing in the end zone in the final seconds. 31-25 the final. Time for tonight's nationwide Gruden Grinder. So many great choices tonight. The fans out there in TV land picked Jimmy Graham. He had the 2 spectacular touchdown catches among his 8 catches, over 100 yards receiving. Any number of great candidates on either side. Who do you like?
I'm going with the fans 3 weeks in a row. I got to go with my man Jimmy Graham. I never thought he would be the same. I was worried about Graham. Terrible knee injury. 1 year later, he's better than ever, and he had 2 touchdowns. This one, he bluffed like he was blocking. He went up and beat Blanton for a one-handed catch. Watch him hurdle Stephon Gilmore. How good is that? And then Jimmy Graham over the middle. He catches the ball for a big first down. And then one more one-handed catch for another touchdown. Not many guys can do what Jimmy Graham did tonight. He ignited the Seattle offense. The offense needed to win a game for this team. It's been all defense, all defense. Jimmy Graham, clearly the grinder. Great job by the fans.
Yeah. Grinders galore on both sides. Tyrod Taylor was terrific. A big night for LaShawn McCoy. Bobby Wagner, 16 tackles. Kelsey McRae had 13 tackles for the Seattle defense. If you're Pete Carroll, you won the game, you got outplayed a lot of the night, and your running game still isn't doing anything. Would you be concerned? I mean, a win's a win. You got to be happy, but
I am concerned. This offensive line is still coming together. They got a lot of youth there, and I think they'll get better as soon as Russell Wilson can run around, which he did a little more of tonight. Defensively, they'll get Cam Chancellor or Michael Bennett back soon. This is still the team to beat, I think, in the NFC.
And they have a 2-game lead now in their division over the Arizona Cardinals. Fun night here in Seattle. Thank you for being with us. Final score 31-25 the Seahawks over the Bills. Again, we remind you to stay tuned for the GMC postgame on SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt. Coming up next, for John and Lisa, Sean McDonough so long from Seattle.